All right.
Happy Friday.
Happy Friday.
Friday.
We are live.
We are, aren't we?
It's May 9th, 2025, Friday.
Friday. We got a new pope.
Are you being racist? You are, aren't you?
We were just talking about that.
Mark can't help himself.
What is that supposed to be?
Racist. Bigot. That's you.
Just because we got another white pope?
You mean you're just going extra racisms today?
All right. I guess so.
Mark's in trouble, guys. We're going to get kicked off the platforms that we barely hanging on to right now.
Fingernails.
Woo!
It's a ride.
Barely hanging on. Man, happy Friday, folks.
Happy Friday. Happy Friday.
Happy to see all these folks joining us.
Looking good, Travis. I like the tie.
Thanks, man.
Did you pick that out, or did your beautiful wife pick that out for you?
Dude, I have a level of sophistication
I know you do.
with my attire that you just cannot comprehend, Marcus. Okay.
I know, but
I'm not one of those dudes where my wife picks out my clothes.
no, really?
This is all me right
Okay.
here. All right.
Well, you look good.
We're gonna take it a little more seriously around here. Well, I am. This guy.
Just no hope.
What are you doing?
Maybe your wife can give me some.
You want to
tips.
take your shirt off, Mark?
No.
And take off your shoes?
They're already off. I'm barefooted right
Is
now.
that what that smell is?
Yes, exactly. No, that's your Vienna sausages.
Oh, that reminds me. Hang on.
Jesus.
Take over
No.
for
Yeah. You every time you.
Nobody cares. Mark, stay right there.
Why did I
You
bring
can
up
take
Vienna
over for
sausages?
a few seconds. Roger.
I'm so sorry, folks.
Vienna.
Travis and I cannot get off the topic. Hey, question for the audience, and welcome aboard. We were talking about this morning. How many would like to see Travis? We were thinking about doing a segment. We would pre-record it, but do a segment of Travis making his world famous deviled eggs. I think it'd be popular. I think it would be a hit. And to see Travis firsthand with his culinary skills, especially when he's working with his world famous deviled eggs. Tell us what you think, but just throw it up in the chat.
Here's what I mix into my deviled eggs.
Jeez, no.
Mark's favorite from Libby's.
Libby on the table. No, you're gonna. Oh God, Jesus.
What?
God. Folks, you.
Man,
You
I actually want to eat one of these. You're really gonna throw up, aren't you? Man, what a puss. It's just a little Libby's.
Folks, if you could. Oh.
I'm gonna heat them up in the microwave first. I'll be right back.
Oh, geez. Are you really? Do you heat those up in the microwave? Dude, those just look disgusting.
Like I'll pour the juice in a little skillet pot, boil it real hard.
No, bullshit.
Make sure it get a jelly consistency out of it, and then I just dunk those sausages into it, man. You love it, Marcus.
It is
I realize I always do a English accent with you. I don't know why.
What is that? I don't even.
Glenn Gentry doesn't like deviled eggs. Well, what if I put boudin in it? Glenn Gentry,
The crazy Cajun.
the raging Cajun.
The raging Cajun.
He doesn't like deviled eggs unless it has a little boudin in it. With some Crystal's hot sauce.
What
What's
are you
another-
saying?
What am I saying? What are we doing?
I don't. You all of a sudden had a hankering for Vienna sausages, and people make.
Oh yeah, I was telling you, I get it to a jelly consistency, and I dip the Vienna in there. And it just.
But then you say when you first came in that you put one of the secret ingredients to your deviled egg.
Yeah, it's ground up Vienna.
Minced Vienna.
Minced Vienna sausages.
That is so disgustingly gross. No wonder your wife won't make them. No wonder. She's smart.
Well, when you're mixing the ingredients together, it's not just minced. You got to pour the juice in there with it.
God almighty, man.
You would love it, Marcus.
No, I guarantee
Marcus
you.
would
no.
love my Libby's deviled eggs. Are you gag. You're gonna throw up, aren't you?
God almighty, man.
Oh man.
That is some of the grossest. Hey, speaking of gross, should I tell the gag of woe story?
What's the gag of woe?
The gag of woe. Remember my buddy Scott, the guy that my buddy used to be with the SEAL teams, and when they would.
I love stories.
Okay. Well,
so hit me with the story. Mark.
When you're talking about gross,
first,
go ahead.
Will you eat one?
No, I'm not. No. If Glenn Gentry will come down here and eat your deviled eggs, I will take a bite of a Vienna sausage.
Okay, I'll settle for a bite.
But speaking of gross, when you say gross, so there's different levels of gross, right? Mm-hmm. It's on a scale. Would you not agree?
For sure.
Okay, so this is one of the grosser stories that I've heard.
Oh God!
Back to the military thing. My buddy Scott.
When you were a disgusting fat body.
No, I wasn't a fat body in the military, man. That was afterwards.
No, but they.
Yeah, but they would. Well, no, when I was in boot camp, I got labeled a diet private because I was
diet private.
Yeah, because you're a disgusting fat body. Yeah, the drill instructors. Anyway, I did tell you this story. You're going to remember as soon as I get into it. But speaking of gross,
Libby juice.
No, God Almighty.
There it is. There's some Vienna juice.
No, so this now we're almost to lunchtime, so this will be good for those of you all that need to go on a diet. This will kill your lunch, and then you won't eat, and then you'll lose a pound or two.
Probably eating right now.
Well, that's okay. Then they need to hear it. So Scott was telling me they would routinely do these missions, training missions, and they would do them with different, naval aviators or Air Force pilots or whatever. And part of it would be, the simulation where a pilot was shot down behind enemy lines and would need to be rescued. Okay. Now we're not going to go into all the details. Anyway,
I don't remember this.
Long and the short of it is, it was 3 a.m. Scott and his team were tasked with going and finding this pilot. And so the team is training on recovering, and the pilot it's simulating what it would be like to be rescued, because it's kind of a crazy thing. So they're going through their gear check, and they're making sure everything's squared away and they got everything. One of the things that they would carry would be a gag, because whenever you're rescuing,
is this kind of? I think I'm starting it. No, go. Sorry.
One of the things that you have to ensure is if you rescue someone in hostile territory, they can't give away your position if they got startled or fell in a hole or they can't yell. So one of the things they will do is they'll put a gag on you.
Okay.
When they start to get you out. So they're going through, and they say, okay, gag, and one of the guys, I got it right here. And one of the guys on the team, Scott says it wasn't him, it was one of his buddies, said, yeah, you know what, I took a whatever earlier, I relieved myself. I need a rewipe.
He dropped a homemade pancake.
Yeah, he apparently dropped.
And he still had some batter.
And he had some remnants.
Oh my God!
So he drops trowel. They give him the gag, and he begins to.
No.
Anyway, this ended up going around the whole team there, all 6 or 7 guys, and they're getting a big laugh out of this, because they're making this thing to Scott. And Scott says it was so bad you could kind of hold it up, and it'd be like,
oh my.
Anyway, they drop it in a baggie, seal it up, and the baggie instantly steams up.
It's steamed. The bag steamed.
That's what he said. The bag steamed up.
Oh no, dude.
Long and the short, they drop in. They go find this guy, this down pilot, the U.S. military, an officer. Throw him down on the ground. Grab the. They call it the gag of woe.
Oh my God.
They throw the gag on this guy. They said,
this is the only thing that turned me off of wanting to eat one of those now.
So anyway, the gag of woe. So when I say it's gross, I've got a pretty high level of what gross is.
So where does Vienna rank on your gag of gross? Is the gag of woe at the top?
Probably not at the top, but it's about an 8.5. Okay. So a Vienna sausage is going to come in around a strong 5.
Oh, okay. You could eat.
No, that's freaking disgusting, dude.
You could eat one, folks.
No, if the gag of woe is at an 8.5, and a Vienna sausage is at 5, dude, you'd rather
wait. That pilot took the gag of woe?
Yeah, no, it was on him. He didn't know.
Oh my God.
But They said instantly starts gagging.
This is the kind of shit that guys just do to each
Oh
other.
yeah.
You know, I don't know if I should tell that story.
Yeah, tell it.
Hey Glenn, you remember when you put your bare ass cheek on my face and farted really loud in
Oh,
7th grade?
Damn. Oh,
I was
jeez.
so mad.
That
I
is.
was so mad. But you know, hey, that's the kind of thing.
Hey, we used to if you walked off and you left your back in the day before that. Now they got camel packs and hydration systems. Back when I was in, we had canteens, plastic
Okay.
canteens.
Oh no.
And so you would wear it on a what we call web gear or H harness or something like that.
Right.
Well, if you got up and you left your web gear behind and you had to run somewhere and come back or whatever, you know, you always took your weapon. Sometimes you'd leave your, depending on what you're doing. If you came back and it dawned on you, I left my web gear, my canteens with a group of Marines, and they're all just sitting around real quiet. Like,
oh my God. They probably did a little.
They choded your canteens, dude.
Oh no.
And you knew it. And that was it. You're like,
what is choded?
hey, take their,
Tell the class.
they would take their male part and rub it on your inside of your canteen.
That's okay.
And if you've been in the field for a few days, let's just put it this way.
No.
You got some cheese working, buddy. Yeah, no, it's that bad. So anyway, these are just tales from the.
Wow.
I don't know if we lost people on that, but these
Yeah,
things.
a couple people actually jump off. I just saw the numbers drop.
Oh no, that was Jesus. No, this is just fun stuff. This is guy stuff. And if you know, it's
deviled eggs,
Vienna
eggs, sausages,
Vienna sausage, and the gag of woe.
And a jelly.
Vienna jelly.
Gag of woe.
What's the difference between a jelly and jam? You were asking that earlier today.
Dude, what is the difference, y'all?
Well, if you got Vienna jelly and you have toad jam.
Well, Vienna jelly is.
Oh.
Well, it's not jam because I'm not jamming the wiener to get the jelly. That sounded. That's just, dude.
Travis, where did we go?
You set me up for that.
No, it was no setup.
You disgusting pervert, Marcus.
Glenn Gentry started all of this.
No, it's because, dude, all because he said it. He put a pukey face next to deviled eggs. Dude, I'll put boudin in it. It'll be fine.
No, you put some boudin and deviled egg. That
actually might be pretty good.
Ooh, that would be good, dude.
That might be pretty good.
That would really be good. We might need to try that.
We might have to try that. Yeah.
Would you be open to doing a class on making your deviled eggs? And then we could film it.
I can do that.
Can you do that?
Only if Glenn's in the room with me, though.
I think the Crazy Cajun needs to be there.
Last time he was around me, though, he always had to put his foot in a tub of jambalaya.
Really?
Just 1 foot, too, like a weird Cajun pirate.
Is that maybe like a fetish?
I don't know what his deal was, dude.
Well,
I don't know what his deal was, man. You know I got to make it giggle, Mark.
You got what?
I got to make it giggle. But first and foremost, you are watching the Defiance Daily Show. Thanks again for everybody tuning in on this May 9th edition. Past couple episodes got a little serious, didn't they?
Yeah, we started out a little different today, didn't we?
Pretty dark stuff the past couple of weeks, man. We got a lot of feedback. A lot of dings on our social media.
Oh,
threatening to shut down our accounts after that ordeal.
And all it was we were just
all we're doing.
It was a freaking documentary.
We're just relaying. Yeah, it was
a documentary.
Style. So, folks, if you're interested, it's heavy stuff. But you want to know the ideology and
how it's permeated
educational push,
yes,
behind the transgender ideology and the softness on pedophilia as a crime, where it started from, how did we get here? Alfred Kinsey and John Money. Start with those two. There's more. Maybe later down the, maybe we won't do live episodes where we cover that, so we can edit. Man, we was it our YouTube channel? I think we lost our TikTok. Did we?
No, but YouTube actually didn't hit us, but TikTok did.
TikTok hit us.
Man, TikTok hit me hard, dude. They didn't like any of that stuff, man. Them Chinese over there, they apparently didn't like all that.
No, they need us to that's who does.
Yeah.
Anyway, yeah, you are watching the Defiance Daily Show. Do not forget to check out defiancepress.com. If you are an aspiring author or you're an avid book reader, go check out our website. That's defiancepress.com. Check out our authors, check out the books, see our different imprints. We're not just a conservative publisher here. Mark, give them the rundown, bro.
Well, I was going to say, even if maybe you're not a reader and would like to become one,
Yeah.
This is a great place to start. We have really some excellent authors, outstanding books, some great topics, fiction, nonfiction. We have quite a few different genres we cover, but yeah, we've got an amazing team. If you've got a book that you've been thinking about wanting to publish, please go to www.defiancepress.com. You'll see a button that says get published. Click on that. Follow the directions. You're going to give some information. You're going to upload your manuscript. Your manuscript is safe. Nobody's going to steal any of your stuff. Some people get real weird about that. We've been doing this a long time. Your stuff is safe. It's not going anywhere. And we'll review it. And if we think that it's marketable and we can sell some books, listen, we'd love to talk to you about that, but it's a pretty simple process, and we've got our act together on this. We're really good. We've got a great team. Lisa Woodward is our director of publishing. She does a great job, and we would just love to take a look at your book. You never know, just send it in. We've had a couple people come by the office, actually, potential authors that have heard about us.
Yeah, we've had people coming in, surprising me a little bit, but yeah. Popping into the office, asking us about what we do, what we can do. Some of the folks recently who stopped in already had a book published in the early 90s and some really good material. So that's defiancepress.com. If you have a manuscript, go in there, hit the contact link, your first name, your last name, your email address, your phone number, give an idea of what you have, and you can send your manuscript. Where do they send the manuscript at, Mark?
It's you hit get published. When they go to www.defiancepress.com, you'll see some right there where you just clicked on it, and it says submit your book. Just follow the directions. It's very simple. We do need to collect some information and some data because there's a lot of different things. We need to know where this is coming from and the potentiality of the marketability of your book and things of this nature. But we do everything and we're extremely cost effective, and it's a great, we make a very, very good partner, and we'll get your book published, get it out there. And who knows, man, you listen, you never know. You might be one of the best-selling authors and get your message out there. We need to hear it, especially
we've had some surprises.
Oh yeah, no,
we really come out of nowhere.
They come out of nowhere, and
pretty exciting stuff. That's defiancepress.com. Go to get published to submit your manuscript and check us out. If you have any other questions, give Mark a call. That's you can give him a call at 281-581-9300. That's 281-581-9300.
Even if you're a little crazy, I'll still talk to you.
Oh, we do.
One of these days we'll do a special show that would just kind of tell some stories about some. We've run into some very interesting people.
I think our current stove authors would definitely get a kick out of it.
Oh yeah,
they would definitely get a kick out of it.
There's some funny stuff,
folks. There are some wild people out there.
Yeah, it's interesting.
We've had some pretty wild requests come our way. It'd be interesting to talk about it. Not trying to make fun of nobody. It's just it's entertaining.
Listen, people are great, aren't they?
People are great. Yeah, people are great. Sure. Awesome. Pretty good stuff.
Oh,
pretty good stuff.
We have a good time. We really do.
We do have a good time.
Honestly say this is one of the best opportunities, jobs. I don't even know how to classify it or categorize it, but man, we have a good time, and I'm very blessed and very grateful to be part of it. So we just have a great time. Meet a lot of wonderful people. We have some wonderful authors, man. We got people like Blaine Pardoe and some of these guys that are just killing it. Wonderful to work with, and we're excited, man.
Absolutely. So I'm sure everybody's wondering about World War III.
What?
Yes.
What do you mean World War III? What effort do you mean?
Apparently Pakistan and India,
they're scrapping it up a little bit.
They're scrapping, man. So
Oh my God. Oh my God.
I knew it. There it is.
Oh my
There
God.
it is. You're gonna make Eleanor Gracious have to come out.
I lost my cobra.
It's a dude.
I played the flute.
God, there is-
He put poison in my eye.
Dude, what are you
I
doing?
hate that.
There we go.
What happened?
Say bye to Facebook. We have been logged off.
No.
Thanks, Mark, because of your
What?
bigotry and racism.
Whatever.
You know what you did.
No, I have no idea.
You know what you did.
Dude.
You summoned the snake. Look, I'm just curious about this conflict because
Yes, it is interesting.
when you're thinking about conflict in the Middle East, you're not really thinking of India, are you?
Well, that's not the Middle East. That's Central Asia.
Well, I know, but with Pakistan.
That's Asia.
No, it's not.
Yes, yeah, it's Asia.
Is it?
Yeah. All of
Class.
all of your stand countries are Asian, Central Asian. I'm up on this. Dagestan, Pakistan, Afghanistan, that's all Asia.
It's part of South Asia, not the Middle. Okay. Well, whatever. All right. You know, there's my geopolitical knowledge.
Okay, man. It's okay.
Broadly on display there.
Yeah, it's
Whatever.
It's kind of like
I'm gonna call it whatever.
it's kind of like in
When you're
America,
thinking about
Ohio. That's
When
Middle East.
you're thinking about world conflict, you think about India. Usually, when I think of India, I'm thinking like
Cobras.
this is the third blocked scam caller I got to do because
you don't think
know,
of curry?
I don't.
You did a great curry dish this week, dude. Tell them about it. Tell them about it.
All right, hold on. Let me figure out how to. I've been telling myself I got to get pronounced. I got to get better at pronunciation.
Pronunciation?
Pronunciation. That's the right way to say it.
Man, what was that you put in our coffee this morning, dude? Is that methylene blue or what's going on here? Because I feel.
Hang on. Let's say it slow. Here.
Okay.
Straight for the class.
Chicken sog.
Chicken
That's
sauce.
it. That's what I was calling it the whole time.
Yeah.
Thanks for that help with the pronunciation. So I did chicken sog dish.
Mm.
I've never had Indian food. So
Yeah, we're
What
talking
is it? What is it?
dot, not feather.
yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Dot. So I had let me find a picture of what this looks like.
By the way,
Mine did not look like that.
then that curry and all, I love that stuff.
You like curry? I've never had curry,
dude,
so I don't know.
yeah. I don't do the Indian vegetarian stuff. I do the one that has the meat in it, but they've got some amazing, some of
that's a
those
good picture.
flavors
That's-
are just
that's
amazing.
Kind of what mine looked like.
Did it?
Let me see. Bear with me, folks. Just deal with it.
Hey, at least
Chicken.
Travis can type. If I was having to do that, this is why I'm not
Oh, this
driving.
is how Mark types. Mark
And then
has
backspace.
trouble
A lot of
typing. I have trouble
backspacing.
with pronunciation.
Pronunciation.
Pronunciation. Trying to find the damn recipe. Oh, there it is.
Oh, that does look good. Did you do the sprinkle the green stuff on top like that, or did you take any? I mean,
I
you worried about
out
presentation?
of a jar, I did.
so you weren't too concerned about
Chicken sog.
presentation. That looks good, dude.
So it's
It looks amazing.
It actually was really good. Mine, I didn't think it was going to come out like that picture. It didn't look that beautiful because I just slopped it up with my son. But dude,
He loved it too, didn't he?
I was actually shocked because my son's a picky pancake pounder. He's so picky. But anyway, yeah, I went home for lunch and just kind of Graham Marsala. Am I saying that right? Turmeric.
Oh yeah, turmeric, bro. Love me some turmeric. Very anti-inflammatory.
Cumin.
Cumin. Love some cumin.
There was a bunch of other stuff, onion and all that. I'm gonna be honest with you folks. When that hit the pan, that was foul.
Oh, you didn't like the smell?
That was a foul smell, dude.
Really?
It smelled like a fresh armpit.
No kidding.
Because you had to saute the spices with the onion first, and then
Okay.
I put some tomato sauce, heavy cream, and chicken broth.
Okay. That sounds
That
like
in
what-
there.
You said
Laid
it
the
didn't
chicken
smell
down,
too
put
good.
it in there. It didn't smell too good, but after a couple hours, it was.
Were you having your doubts at the beginning? Because
I
it
was
smelled-
having extreme doubt. But anyway, I got home later, poured me a bowl. I was just trying a little bit of the. Oh, you can put spinach in there too.
Oh,
So I did a little bowl, and I'm just wanted to taste a little bit of it. And my son's coming over there, and I just kind of, whenever I'm trying stuff on him, I can't force feed him, so I'll just kind of flick it at him, flick it at him like it hit his lip, and he's like, "Whoa!" Licks his lips a little bit, and he kind of looks at me, and when he's, I don't call it walking because he just stays on his knees because he's a heavy set child.
oh, he's a linebacker. He's a lineman, not a linebacker. He's a lineman, dude.
He's the side. He's
a right guard.
He's a tackle for sure.
Yeah.
But he'll start barreling to me on his knees, and he's doing his arms like there's no way he likes this. That boy ate a full man's bowl of this stuff. It was really good.
You're making me hungry.
Really, really good stuff. Do you want it?
No, God, no, God.
Marcus, would you like a Libby? Would you like a Libby sausage? Here, dip your finger in the juice. Just dip your finger in the juice, Mark. Come on.
Help me.
People are watching.
I know
My mom's watching. Hi, Mom.
Hi,
Watch.
Rose.
Watch.
No.
Come
Does
on.
your mom like those?
She does. She eats
No,
it with
she
mustard. I
doesn't.
swear to God, she does.
Does she really?
How do you think I found out about this? Are you judging my mom? What are you trying to say, dude?
I'm just.
What are you trying to say? You want to go?
Dude, I'm not running into anybody that's
Here. Let me pour the juice in this
No,
glass.
God, no,
Let me pour
no.
You want some in the glass?
No, thank you, brother. I'm good.
Dude, you really look like you're about to puke. Oh, what if I accidentally spilled it? What'd you do?
Jeez.
God, I'm talking about world conflict.
Then I got to maybe that's what happened over in Afghanistan or Pakistan and India. Somebody was forcing.
Somebody gave him
somebody was forcing
like a weapons drop.
Yeah,
but it was like a sophisticated weapons drop of Vienna.
Yeah, imagine a Monty Python skit like that in the Pakistan and India version of Monty Python and the Holy Grail.
Oh man,
I don't know, do the accent on that, but you know,
I don't.
I fart in your general direction.
What did you say?
So, dude,
are you cursing on the airwaves?
What?
That's it, Mark.
Strike three.
Hold on, did you hear that? Did you hear that? Is somebody in our office?
I'll be right back. I think that's weird.
Does that sound like somebody's in our office? Folks, we got intruder. We got intruders at the door.
Swatted, are we?
Mark is supposed to keep us safe. He's supposed to lock this down. You know, as a former cop, you'd think he'd be good at it. And while he's away, I'm just gonna trash Mark because he smells, he stinks. He's a bad security guard for the organization. He's a bad agent to represent me. And someone's in our office right now because he can't lock a door. He sucks. Well, somebody is I think somebody is here. Well, anyway, yeah, getting back to Mark, he's just man, he's just super, he's just really smelly. He's really stinky, and I really wish sometimes I didn't have to host with. Oh, he's back. Here he goes. You did a good job, Mark. Great job, man. We're secure, right?
That perimeter is secure. I stand behind my security abilities and techniques.
Me too, dude. I always got your back, bro.
The voices are coming from next door. I think it's a dentist office. Either somebody is getting a tooth extracted.
Somebody getting drilled?
Or they're filming some sort of OnlyFans episode.
Oh, no.
One of the two is going on.
Well,
but that's what was.
Let's give some background to this real quick.
Okay. All right.
The long-standing rivalry between nuclear-armed neighbors India and Pakistan has erupted into one of the most serious military confrontations in recent decades, with both sides exchanging missile strikes, drone attacks, and artillery fire across their disputed border. The latest escalation traces back to historical grievances while threatening to destabilize the entire South Asian region.
That's what I said, South Asia.
Shut up. So this is on top of everything else, let's just pop off another, global escalating military conflict while we're at it.
Okay.
What do you think, Mark?
I think so.
In the early hours of May 7th, India launched airstrikes deep inside Pakistan and Pakistan-administered Kashmir in an operation codenamed Sindoor.
Is that Kashmir?
Kashmir.
Kashmir.
The Indian military claimed it targeted 9 terrorist training camps, describing its actions as measured, non-escalatory, proportionate, and responsible. This operation came in response to an April 22 militant attack in India's administered Kashmir's Falaham.
It's the
Palagam? Man.
pronunciation.
Pronunciations.
Okay.
I'm so bad at it. I should be laughing about this. It killed 26 people, mostly Hindu tourists. Pakistan's prime minister condemned the strikes as a blatant act of war, vowing that India would pay the price for carrying them out. Let's see if I don't think
They're both nuclear powers,
they are both nuclear powers, correct?
and they're both allies of the United States. India is actually the world's largest democracy.
Really?
Yeah, it is the world's largest
Mark, you're
democracy.
so full of nonsense sophistication. Sometimes I just want to sit down and just watch you teach class. I think I have some.
Dr. Jabari report.
This is from Al Jazeera. Let's listen into some of the conflict coverage.
This is one of several locations India says it targeted in Pakistan-administered Kashmir. At least one other attack occurred deep inside Pakistani territory. India says it was targeting what it described as terrorist infrastructure 2 weeks after an attack at a popular tourist destination in Indian-administered Kashmir killed 26 people. India says it has clear evidence that the attackers were based in Pakistan. Islamabad denied any involvement.
Earlier this morning, as you would be aware, India exercised its right to respond and preempt, as well as deter more such cross-border attacks. These actions were measured, non-escalatory, proportionate, and responsible.
Pakistan said India's response was unprovoked, an act of aggression that will not go unpunished.
Last night, they had all-to-all 80 jets through which they attacked 6 bases of Pakistan, including 2 in Pakistan-administered Kashmir. These were attacked by Indian planes last night. The Pakistani side was completely ready. The moment the Indian side released payloads, we engaged their jets and shot down 5 Indian aircraft.
Pakistan says this is wreckage from one of the 5 Indian aircrafts it says it shot down. India has yet to comment on that claim. In some places, the explosions knocked out power, forcing people into the streets in the middle of the night. Heavy shelling continued throughout the night and into Wednesday morning across the line of control in Indian-administered Kashmir.
We were all asleep when around 1 a.m. there was a sudden explosion and we got up and saw a cloud of smoke inside the house. Explosions kept erupting continuously everywhere. We ran away from the spot, but explosions kept happening till 4 a.m.
Tensions remain high. Both countries have announced a range of retaliatory measures, including closing borders and suspending a river water treaty. Dorsa Jabari, Al Jazeera.
Yeah. Pretty interesting to say the least. It's awful.
It's tragic. It's sad.
I hope it comes to an end. I also think that's probably the extent of the coverage you're going to get here because like JD Vance has came out and said, the war between India, Pakistan would be none of our business.
And it's not.
Bravo to the
Thank
Trump
you.
administration on this one, because that's really the main thing I go to look at whenever these conflicts pop out. It's like, all right, where's the bills that are going to head to the congressional floor? What are we
Lindsey
funding
Graham
now?
standing up.
Lindsey Graham, we got to do. Who do you fight?
Send in the troops. How does he say? He's got a gay Southern voice.
Oh God, I'm gonna have to listen to him before I try to do.
Oh God, he is so gross, man.
I know you like my impressions, Mark.
Yeah, I love your
But
impressions.
yeah, that's the extent of the coverage there. It's a god awful thing. I hope it comes to a close.
The poor, the innocent people, and it doesn't
That's
matter
war.
where it's so
Everybody's caught up in the middle of
horrible.
that stuff. I remember we were talking about the Russia-Ukraine situation. Nobody talks about all the people that have died in that conflict.
It's truly
It's
so
getting
tragic.
close to the $1 million number. You can't put in your head what 1 million dead people looks like.
It's
It's just a number in most of our heads. But think about that. That's 1 million,
1 million
mostly
souls.
men, but
Yeah, it's mostly
well,
men.
on the Ukraine side, a lot of them grandpas,
Yeah,
apparently,
and
getting conscripted to the military.
retarded and other mentally challenged
Mentally
people. And I'm
challenged
not trying to be
people.
funny.
No, they were actually
they were-
being thrown into
Yes.
vans. Not making this up. Forced drafting.
conscripting
Dude,
people
it's
that were
so insane what's happening when you think about all this stuff.
it's unbelievable.
So, yeah, none of our business. That's the extent of the coverage we're going to do here on the Defiance Daily Show.
It is interesting, and it
It
could
is.
impact us if things
for sure.
escalated. And we all need to be praying that it doesn't, because
Right,
they're both
because
nuclear powers.
If it gets to a big conflict, then you're talking about
You got
China
China
gets
and
involved.
Russia
If
are
Russia
both-
gets involved, now we're
Man.
talking about
It's a
all right.
problem.
Well, on top of it, on top of everything else we got going on, that's where it could start getting into.
Do you think the
deeper.
globalists would have anything to do with instigating any of this to try to derail a Trump presidency? Do you think that they are?
I absolutely think it's possible, but it's not like that's a conspiratorial angle either. That's literally how these conflicts always start. There's a ripe history with these conflicts being generated and funded, and even when you're watching some of this, it's like, how much of it can you trust to be true?
Not from the news.
Doesn't that suck? Doesn't that suck? We don't have just a neutral lens that we can just, here's what's exactly happening. Everybody's got a bent, so we'll never get to the crux of it, and that's really a shame, and that really sucks. But I do hope that
I think about the people. There's a Netflix series that's out right now. It is from the left's perspective. You have to understand that going into it, but it's still good. It's on the Vietnam War. I'm a huge history buff on the whole Vietnam conflict, Southeast Asian. I grew up, I was a little kid when all that was going on. And one of the overriding messages, especially near the end, is the price that civilians paid during all that. Over 1 million innocent, just civilians died. And then of course, all the boat people that had, and I've got friends that are from Vietnam that escaped during that period when the communists were invading the South, and the South collapsed. And the stories are just horrific. And if you're a human being and you've got any sort of a heart or soul or whatever, your heart's got to go out for that. I mean,
oh yeah.
I mean, it's just so tragic, and it's so unnecessary.
From the civilians to the, it's
horrible. It's just
to
horrible.
the military personnel that are involved in it. It's just tragic. So
Yep.
let's see how that goes, and we'll keep you posted here. So hopefully it doesn't escalate into some further crazy situation, and we stay out of it. Mark,
Travis,
I wanted to, guys, this is a special segment just for Mark.
Oh God, here we go. Okay. This is one of the times when he springs stuff. Folks, he doesn't. I think some people might think that we're being less than honest when we say, you've said it, I say it. Travis just spring. He does not tell me what's coming.
No, I've been trying to.
Oh God.
I've been trying to find some good like dating type of advice for you, because I know you just love the single market.
Oh yeah,
but I found a feller. I found a feller who gives great advice.
Okay.
And when I saw the story, it was really captivating to me because, it really it touched me on a personal level, because it was very.
Where did it touch you?
In the heart, Mark.
Okay. All right.
Okay. And it just made me think of you, buddy. And
Thank
I think if you approached women like this, you'd be way better off. Let's take a look.
Okay.
Because I know a very cool spot to go throw some rocks in the lake. And it is very high up, and I can throw very strong, so it will make a really big splash. If you want to see. Damn, girl, you new here? Because I know a very cool spot to go throw some rocks in the lake. And it is very high up, and I can throw very strong, so it will make a really big splash. If you want to see. Damn, girl,
I
you
think
new
that
here?
was just,
That's impressive.
it's on point.
Yeah. I'm taking that's a filter.
That's a but he can make a really big splash.
Really big splash, man.
And he's really strong. You throw it really far and make a really big splash.
Woo. Yeah. Yeah. No, I have nothing to add to that. But I
No.
I need to give you an A for
You need to
shock factor.
look into the camera and come on, give it a shot.
Oh no, you're not. Are you serious? You're not going to do
Yeah.
that to me.
Yeah. What you say? What's your pickup line, dude? Come on, what you got? What you got? What you got? What you got? What you got?
I have no pickup line. Are you serious?
You do one around here all the time.
What's that?
Hold it against me.
Oh, dude, I just use that one on you. I always tell Travis,
You
hey,
get
Travis.
really bash right now. You get
I-
really bash.
I-
You know what to make you feel better?
What?
How about oh, actually, no. Well, the other part to this is if you do get in a relationship,
Ain't happening, bro.
we've seen the horror movies, right?
Okay.
Man, there's a particular one. I know this one. This might hurt some of y'all, so I do apologize in advance.
I can't wait.
But you know, if you're not careful out there, if you're single, talking with some of my buds out there, this could be you.
Be aware, the image is disturbing.
Who has the best girlfriend ever?
I do.
Who just bought you all this stuff?
She did.
And all the stuff?
My girl. All of it. And I'm about to eat this. And then we're going to chow on that after. So, happy Easter.
Yeah. But we're not eating it all. Just know that. Because we gotta save some.
Yeah.
You know? Budget cuts. You know?
Happy
Save. You know? So we're gonna stuff this stuff down. Because Boo deserved it. No. Even though we get in our arguments sometimes, I still love you, okay?
I love you too.
Yeah.
I love you too, baby.
Yeah, you better. So I just spent some money on you.
Okay.
Never judge
Okay.
There he
hang
goes.
On, hang on. Thoughts. Now, my first
Tune
thought.
into the He-Man Woman Haters Club.
No. Oh my God. No.
Oh
My
goodness.
first
gracious.
thought is that staged? Because there is.
No.
Now, how do you know that's not staged?
I don't
Because,
know
dude,
I really don't know.
okay. I'm not saying it is. What I am now, if that's
you want to believe that stage. That's what that's where you're at.
I'm not saying that it's not outside the realm of possibility. Unfortunately, there are a lot of relationships like that. I'm just wondering if that is one. It looked pretty legit. That guy,
that looked pretty legit.
that guy looked like he had his life beat out of him. So he was a good actor. If that was staged, they did a good job.
If that was staged, that was real
really
good.
good.
I think now you need to stay my agent, but I'll let you get some other.
Dude, I am your agent because you signed the dotted line and it's all in there. It's all.
Well, I'm saying if he's out there, you're welcome to go get that guy.
Oh, I'm going to add him to the stable.
You can add him to. You can have a stable.
Yeah, we'll have a stable.
But
of
don't
actors.
forget, I'm your main horse.
Oh yeah, no. In fact, what Travis was alluding to earlier, what I tell Travis on a regular basis is, if I said you had a beautiful body, would you hold it against me?
He just did it.
Yeah.
You just did it.
That's
Good
what he's-
job, dude.
Yeah. So he's talking about
Oh
the
man,
pickup
here
line.
come the comments.
Okay.
When's he free? Never.
Jiminy Christmas, man.
He ain't
We
coming for you.
We send so many weird messages. I'm telling you, it's you gotta keep them guessing, right? It's like,
Oh man. You know, you could go
Oh,
when you are ready, Mark. When
Oh, God.
you
Daniel
decide,
Miller.
when you decide to tee up with one of these dates, you can go see Snow White. I picked out a clip just for you. From
Okay,
the movie.
I want to see it.
My lifestyle. I just tell it, but you like I don't even know you go without the beginning. I just tell it, but that's my lifestyle. I just tell it, but you like I don't even know you go without the beginning.
Dude,
Man,
those
I
are
heard
fantastic. Those are fantastic. They are so good.
I heard that. Heard that movie's just great, guys.
Oh yeah, no, dude,
absolutely
Disney is
spectacular.
Disney's satanic. It just is. It's satanic. They get.
Why do you gotta diss Disney like that,
dude? Because they're satanic. They've played an incredible role in just destroying the American culture and Christianity and everything else. I hate them, dude.
But if
They're
my
horrible.
wife just say I do that to her, I sing to you like that?
Dude, what? I can't read this stuff. You keep it all on your side. What is it? If you're gonna say share, what?
When is Mark available? Is he open tonight from 6 to 7 p.m. AMC Theater?
Who's that
Shenandoah
from?
Park. Shaquina Coagula. You don't want to go hang out with Shaquina?
Dude, send.
You have a thing against
send a picture.
Ethnic women?
No, no.
Are you
don't have nothing
racist,
against-
Marcus?
And I have nothing against women. In fact, I have so much respect for women. The problem is, and it's man's fault. How many times have I said it, Travis? It's men's fault. This is not what I just think we've done a number on the female population and tried to turn them into something that they're not. And I love ladies. I really do. Now that one there, Travis.
No, that's a video. She came in just for you. Mark. Always woman hating, bro.
Is that Shaquina?
My Starbucks, and I have my Starbucks, and
I'm with you, brother. I'm with you. I agree. I just had the same
Pretty
reaction.
rude, Mark.
Now, is that woman hating?
We're going to lose
woman hating?
listeners. Yes.
Why is that woman hating?
Because it just is. Because you're a sexist bigot. That's why. I don't have to explain myself to you. You masculine oppressor.
I was gonna say earlier when we doing that gay crap, Daniel Miller probably just he probably falls out of his chair going, boys, stop.
No, I think he just tunes out. I think
Does
he
he
just
tune
turns
out?
it off because he gets jealous.
Does he get jealous? Because I do say I make comments to him too. I used to pick up lines on him. I want him to feel included. But
You
he
want
never
him to feel
responds.
included?
Yeah, I want him to feel included.
Probably because you go a little too hard in the paint sometimes. Do you ever think about that?
You think?
You ever look in the mirror and say, I'm the problem? That's what you should do.
I just never look in the mirror.
You just I'm getting the giggle guts talking to you
Dude,
today.
something you put some methylene blue or orange.
Oh, we on that methylene blue. Oh,
folks,
boy,
I was entertained this morning for about 35 minutes by Mr. Tolly Toth, and I have got to tell you,
Tolly Toth.
yeah,
say.
and we need to have him on the show. We need to have him back. He's done an amazing job in the past. His abilities to talk about art and sophistication and cultural sophistication and different things. I mean, this is all cutting edge stuff. And Mr.
Well,
Toth,
Tolly, we are so we're expanding our show program. So it's not just going to be the Defiance Daily Show with just Roberts and Pruitt. We're going to have different shows for other people who've been wanting to be platformed.
are we going to be more inclusive? Is that what you're saying?
Yes, Eleanor Graces will be one of them. We know Tolly Tarth gets super sexual though.
He gets weird, dude. He gets into like the urine painting and stuff and the finger painting fecal.
His is called The Midnight Hour.
The Midnight Hour. Not to be confused with the song from the 70s, because you told me it's no Motown.
No Motown.
Okay.
We have been debating about she runs her own business. Her name is Consuela.
Oh.
But she's been mainly.
But she works at night. It's hard to get her in here during the
really
day.
just sticks with it. You know,
But Dr.
she
Vagina,
does nanny for us a little bit, but
Okay.
my wife is so abusive to that woman.
is she really?
Dude, yeah.
Your wife, she runs a tight ship, bro. She don't put up with no.
No, she's like, you're paying her, you're gonna make her work.
Yeah,
I feel
exactly.
bad for her.
Do you really?
You know, sometimes I'll come home and she's got this look on her face like, I just want to ask her, like, did something happen to you today?
Yeah.
And every time I do, she's like, no.
Oh, so you can tell there's been some abuse going on.
There might be. I'm not trying to call my wife out.
No, because that's hard to believe. Because, dude, I know your wife. She is the sweetest.
Well, no, I've seen like trash on the floor.
Yeah.
And I'm like, that's not like my wife. What are you doing?
Yeah.
And I went to go pick it up. She goes, don't touch it.
Oh.
I was like, why not? She's like, that's Consuela's job.
Oh, wow.
And Consuela flew out. I don't know where she came. She came.
Was she in the broom closet?
Chimney like Santa Claus. I got it, my baby.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay, so maybe we get a couple of shows with her.
Yeah, maybe she's been wanting to come on, but I feel like she's just gonna scream for help or something.
Okay,
so we'll explore it out. There's been some other characters that have been reaching out. So
how about Dr. Vagina Vortex?
One
of my favorite. One of my personal.
You
favorites.
love Vagina.
I love Vagina.
She is hardcore though.
I know. I'm kind of like.
I don't know.
I might have a little bit of a thing for her, even though she's a burning commie. I'm thinking I could
about that,
dude. I think I can turn her.
You might want to be careful.
No, I think
Roger
I could
found out about
Graces, but Graces has a beard. Graces has a beard, dude. Vagina Vortex is a real woman, right?
I don't know.
Oh well, I think so.
Well, if she's a womb,
yeah, I know. She's
what is it? What is she?
She's got the plumbing. I think she's got the plumbing for the job. I mean,
she's like a womb alarmist. I
a
forget what she called
womb
herself.
alarmist.
I forget what she called herself.
I think you're right. But I think I can turn her.
But no, it's stay tuned for some announcements. We got some more shows expanding there. They won't be live. They will be pre-recorded because Mark's got to.
I've got to go through and edit it because, dude, we can't take any more hits on social media.
Some of these people are a little hardcore.
Now we can do it on Rumble.
Yes, we could do it on
Rumble is still a free speech.
Look, Rumble's the only one
platform.
that's been pretty.
Rumble is awesome.
Pretty.
No, they're awesome, dude. They've
been doing.
Yeah, they're awesome.
Pretty good for us,
but they're just not as used as YouTube and Facebook and X and some of these other platforms. So.
No. But let's see here.
I'm looking forward to those shows though, Travis.
Yeah, me too. I think the audience is really going to enjoy them.
Oh, it's going to
instead of
fantastic.
Hearing you tickle me all day during the show and watch me be nice. By the way, do you All right, I guess you don't want one.
Dude, that is.
I thought you were finally warming up to it.
No, I'm not, dude. Not at all. No. Glenn, come help me, bro.
Glenn can't help you, dude.
Yeah, Glenn can help me. Glenn feels for me, man.
Glenn, you know what? If there was a Cajun stock in there, he'd be up here right now, bro. Right now. He'd be sucking those Vienna sausages down, bro.
Oh, God, just the thought of that is. I think I ate those when I was a little kid, like your son's age. I think.
You think you did?
No, I'm almost positive I did because, dude, they were cheap. Yeah, that was. I mean,
oh, dude, the case of those was like $5.
Exactly.
I got like a whole crate of that.
Yeah.
Crap.
No, that's dude.
I called it crap. It's not crap.
It is crap, dude. No, it's crap. It just is.
You know what's crap?
What's crap? My attitude?
Your bowel movements.
God, Jesus Christ.
All right, I'm trying to find some of the rest of these videos, okay? I need you to
We started out with the gag of woe, and we have descended into depths of I don't even know.
We just keep going all over the place, man. That's just what we do. Okay?
This is what we do. And it's a good thing. And we're excited. We're just excited. I'm excited to be here, Travis.
Yeah, you're always excited, man.
And I just always love.
I got your favorite girlfriend on the screen. Y'all ready for it?
Here she
I
comes.
haven't done this in a while. I know you miss her.
I do. I miss her, bro. Thank you.
Let's get in the car with your girlfriend.
Okay.
I can't take my husband on road trips because we still have another 4 hours of this, and I've got to listen to Jesus this the entire time.
She's
I know you missed her.
Hey, does she do the cartoon, or is that somebody else that has got her videos?
That's somebody else.
Because I said if she did those,
That's somebody,
that is taking self-deprecation to a whole.
I
new
always
level.
wondered if it's the same one because I think it's a fella that did this one too. Let's see.
How you do it? Oh my God. How you do it?
One more time. Because it's quit magic.
Oh my God.
I don't know. I don't know if it's one person that's. I bet if I'd paid attention to the watermark a little more.
I think it seems like it's the maybe. Those are so good. Those.
Oh, did we? Okay, this one's kind of mean.
Well, when have we not?
Should we do some Maha news? Because he got in trouble with his wife.
Do what now?
Yeah, he was caught eating these pizza rolls. Let's listen.
It's the middle of the night. Don't tell Cheryl, but I like to indulge in pizza rolls. I like to squeeze all the shit out of my little fat boy. I scoop them up and I bait the pizza roll like a psycho. And then I eat it. And then I go back. I just squeeze all the shit out of it. And I scoop it up. And then I eat it. It's the middle of the night.
That's so mean, dude. That's so bad.
For those who aren't aware, that is supposed to be that is an impression of RFK
It's
Jr.
I hate to admit that's kind of a good one.
But it's a good one. I think look, you know what? My take, I don't know the man, but it seems like RFK Jr. would actually get a kick out of that.
Dude,
he seems to be
he's the real deal.
he seems to be the real deal. Dude.
I don't think he would take.
No, I think he'd probably get a laugh out of that.
I'm just not.
I don't think he takes himself that serious. I think he's.
Let's go back into the car with your girlfriend.
The reason I can't take my husband on road trips because we still have another. There's a reason I can't take my husband on road trips because we still have another.
Dude, you know who I haven't seen in a while?
Who's that?
Remember the chick that would scream in her pillow and then the backup music? Dude, that is one of the funny. Dude, are we going back a little bit? Are we kind of playing the game?
We're kind of like,
because I
mean, for
this.
new listeners, they'll definitely.
Oh yeah, you got to remember we got news listeners.
But you're putting me on the spot. Now I got to go and find it. I'll do it if you eat one.
No, I'm not eating no, I'm not doing it. And I think your mom would back me up on this. I think she would say, Travis, don't force Mark to eat a Vienna sausage.
You're such a gine. You're such a Jaina.
Can't do it, dude. I can't get it.
Like,
you want me to throw up?
I've just completely lost interest in.
Do you want me to throw up?
I don't want to do the show anymore.
You want me to throw up live on air? That might
actually
go viral.
Get some views.
That might get some views, huh? I can get it in a bucket, just like Monty Python. I'll dig it all in a bucket. For those that remember The Life of Brian, Monty Python.
Never seen it. Never heard of it.
You've never seen?
I've heard of it. I've heard of it.
Okay, good gosh. Have you've not seen The Life of Brian? How about the Quest for the Holy Grail? Classic track. Please tell me. Ladies and gentlemen, how many of y'all are shocked? Maybe dismayed.
Most of these
that the
people
co-host of this show
this stuff,
has not seen Monty Python, The Holy Grail. He's not seen this film. I find that shocking on the bottom scale.
Dude, I don't watch TV. I read books.
This isn't TV,
do good pronunciations.
Okay, this isn't TV. TV is not classy enough for Monty Python, okay? Until back in the 70s when they had the Monty Python show. I'm talking about the
you're getting
movies.
real passionate about this.
Oh, I'm very passionate
I
about
can see you on the monitor.
Yeah, no, I'm very
You're
passionate.
starting to smoke. And
Is there steam coming out of my ears?
over Monty Python?
Dude, flesh, you've never heard the line, it's just a flesh wound? You've never heard that?
I have heard that.
Okay, aren't you curious at all? Where did that come from?
No.
No curiosity.
Not at all.
Okay, well, we got to fix this. We need to have a movie night. I keep telling him, Brittany, we need to have a movie night, and we've got to bring Travis up to speed on. Slapshot is another one. Paul Newman. You've never seen Slapshot with the Hanson brothers?
My dad loved that damn movie.
Me and your dad used to laugh about that movie.
He also tried to get me to watch it a couple times.
Yes.
My dad a couple times.
Your dad had an
some
amazing
movies
taste.
that would yeah, man.
Dude.
Sometimes I would just go, why, Dad? Why?
No, because your dad had amazing taste with movies, and we would talk about these all the time, just laugh our asses off, man. So we need to watch Slapshot with the Hansons.
So bad movies.
No, these are great. Dumb and Dumber, Anchorman, Slapshot,
Oh, God.
Smokey and the Bandit. Come on, man. You know what that was? That was an attention getter. You know, dude, classic stuff.
I do not compute.
Is this a generational thing? I mean, are people in your
Maybe
age?
it's just a you thing, like the thing with your. Do you need to get back in the car with your girlfriend? I'll do it again,
Dude. If that was my girlfriend, I wouldn't be able to perform my husbandly duties.
Oh God,
I wouldn't. No.
Well, let's get into some of the news, shall we?
Oh, so you couldn't find that?
Hey, my mom said Dad thought it was dumb. Monty Python was dumb.
No, Rose.
Boo. Mark, there's a demerit. You got to.
Okay, we weren't talking
every,
now, in my
every
defense.
time.
In my defense, we weren't talking about money, but we were talking about Slapshot.
Oh, okay.
We were not. I did not say that your dad was a
He
Monty
did.
Python.
I know he did like Slapshot.
Yeah, Slapshot. We were talking about
the Hanson.
Yes,
Hanson
that's
twins,
what we
Hanson
were
twins.
talking about.
God, we didn't turn the air down, did we? Dude, I am crusty. Look at Mark.
I'm just
getting up to
I'm
do
being
that.
I'm being your bitch.
Dude, he's got to make up for being such an awful co-host, awful security perimeter, awful agent. I haven't been booked for anything since my last movie.
Dude, why
There
did
he
you
is.
have it
Good
on- why did you
job,
have it on-
man. You did a really good job, dude.
Why did you have it on
Thanks, man.
82?
It was really on 82?
No, that sounded pretty good. It felt like 82.
What'd you put it down to?
70.
Okay.
It was a great year, 1970.
I think it's because you got all hot and bothered over Monty Python.
Well,
Good job,
dude.
by the way, dude. I was just telling the audience how great you are, man.
Oh, okay. Well, thank you. You should.
Yeah, you're good.
Yeah. I mean,
Good guy.
credit where credit's due. You know?
I just wanted to check in on, the bold strategies of the Democratic Party, bro. We know you love their bold strategies. They're very effective. At what? I'm not sure, but Kilmar Abrego Garcia. I wanted to wait a little bit before I covered some of this because I wanted to hear more. I wanted to see Democrats have to keep their footing in supporting this guy. For those that aren't familiar, Kilmar Garcia was deported out of Maryland, to my understanding. He had MS-13 tattoos on his hand and apparently had some gang affiliations and whatnot. And the Democrats all freaked out when he was deported because they sent him to El Salvador, as I understand it. Anyway, yeah, the Democrats said that he was oppressed and all this other stuff. And then Senator Chris Van Hollen even went over to El Salvador to visit with him and fawning over. Look, get you someone that looks at a deported gang member, like Chris Van does.
Well, the one in his defense, they told him that this guy was down in Central America, and the congressman thought, or the senator thought, they were talking about Missouri and Oklahoma. He thought he was going to be going to Missouri and Oklahoma to see this guy, but then he found out El Salvador was Central American.
You got jokes, do you?
I can just tell the truth, bro. That's all I do, man.
Let's go through it, shall we? The case of Kilmore Garcia has become a focal point in the national immigration debate, with competing narratives about his criminal history, gang affiliations, and the circumstances of his controversial deportation to El Salvador in March. This report provides a detailed examinations of allegations, claims, and counterclaims, blah, blah, blah. Let's see. Garcia is a Salvadorian national who is living in Maryland with his wife, Jennifer Sura, and their 3 children before his deportation. He entered the United States illegally in 2012 and was working as a union sheet metal apprentice. Despite having a work permit and court-ordered protection from deportation to El Salvador, granted in 2019, Garcia was detained by U.S. immigration by ICE agents in March while driving home from work. On March 15th, man, that's pretty, March 12th, and then March 15th, he was flown to El Salvador and placed in CECOT, the prison that we had talked about on the show, which is gnarly.
They're serious.
Big. El Salvador ain't FAFO, right?
Yeah.
Down there.
Yeah.
And by the way, like a 80 to 90% drop in crime after they did that.
El Salvador became one of the safest countries in the world.
That's unbelievable.
Went from one of the most violent, most dangerous to literally like number 1 or number 2 or number 3 safest in the world.
So 3 days later, he was flown to El Salvador and placed in that prison, described as infamous for inhumane conditions and violence.
Oh, no.
Dude,
for the love of God.
For those that didn't tune into that episode covering what that gang does as far as their, man, I tried not to get all the dark stuff in here, but got to be done. Ritualizations as far as ritual sexual abuse, murder, all the way down to an infant level. Okay. But God forbid they don't get 5-star steaks in the El Salvador prison. Bless their hearts. The Department of Justice subsequently admitted in court that it was part of the ongoing deportation program.
You know what they feed them in the El Salvadoran prison down there?
What?
Vienna sausages.
Man, that is a luxury, though, if I've seen one. Let's see. Let's go through some of this stuff. Yeah, so we all know that MS-13 was designated a transnational terrorist organization by the Trump administration in February.
Is that
transnational? Yeah, like a, what is transnational versus not to be confused with, June's around the corner.
See, I'm confused. I'm confused.
God, for only trans nations?
Stop it. We're gonna give you such a pinch.
Let's get through some of his background here. In March of 2019, he was detained along with 3 other individuals in a Home Depot parking lot in Maryland, according to a gang-field interview sheet from the George County Police Department. Officers observed the men loitering and claimed that when approached, 2 of the individuals reached into their waistbands and discarded several unknown items under a parked vehicle. The police identified Garcia as a member of MS-13, specifically the Western Clique, the moniker Chile. Officers claimed his clothing, a Chicago Bulls hat and a hoodie with rolls of money covering the eyes, ears, and mouth of presidents of different denominations, was indicative of Hispanic gang culture, and that wearing the Chicago Bulls hat represents their member in good standing with MS-13.
Boom.
Department of Homeland Security later claimed that when Garcia was arrested, he was found with rolls of cash and drugs. But for some reason, the arrest did not lead to criminal charges, but did result in his detention by immigration officials. Don't worry, he was released. Don't worry, guys.
God, thank God. Could you? Why would?
Good guy.
To put that poor man behind bars.
Yeah, and they've so him and his attorney has consistently denied that he's a gang member. The wife is saying the same.
Didn't he beat the hell out of her?
Saying he was well, we'll get there. Saying he was fleeing gang violence in El Salvador rather than participating in it. Let's see. Yeah, he was fearful, according to court documents. He was saying that if he was returned to El Salvador, he'd be persecuted by MS-13 rival gangs. Barrio 18. Why? Interesting. Records indicate that Jennifer Suara, his wife, filed multiple protective orders against him, raising serious allegations of domestic violence. In May of 2021, Suara obtained a temporary protective order against Abreu, alleging that he punched and scratched her eye, causing her to bleed. In the petition, she claimed he got so angry, started yelling again to the point that he ripped her shorts and shirt off, grabbed her by the arm, leaving marks, states that at this point, I'm afraid to be close to him, claimed to have multiple photos, videos of how violent he can be.
That sounds like a simple misunderstanding to me, Travis.
Sure. The order required that Garcia have no contact with Suara and stay away from their shared residence. A 2020 protective order. She filed another one, accusing him of physically abusing and threatening to kill her.
I think she just misunderstood.
No, I think I just wanted. They needed you to come in there to divorce them. Show them how your divorce proceeding worked
with a key map.
Okay.
Yeah, and you just go in and just say, look, we can't have this anymore. We're going to go ahead and divorce. Well, we can't afford a divorce. So I'd get the key map. I'd have them place their left hand on the key map, raise their right hand, and I would say, with the powers vested in me by the state of Texas, county of Harris, city of Houston, I divorce thee, I divorce thee, I divorce thee. Get your shit and get out. And that would be it. I'd divorce them right there.
Effective.
Neutralize
the situation.
Absolutely. It
They
worked.
should have called you.
They should have called me. I can fix it because then no tengo se pluma. No tengo se pluma.
Listen to this one. She claimed he locked their 3 children in a room during a disagreement, which led to a 911 call. He broke her phone in front of a police officer and stated that she had a recording of her husband saying if he kills her, no one can do anything to him. But he's not a gang member, folks.
No. Oh, goodness.
Yeah, so locked the kids in the closet, threatening to kill her, going on a violent tirade, and another protective order. A 2020 audio recording that recently emerged, by the way.
What?
Showed the wife you could voice the wife describing multiple incidents of physical abuse, resulting in numerous police reports and visible bruises. She detailed an incident where Garcia pushed her near the basement, prompting her to call 911 and seek help from her neighbor. She also reported being attacked early in the morning and being struck at their daughter's birthday celebration.
Didn't she come to his defense?
She did. Both protective orders were eventually dropped. After surviving domestic violence in a previous relationship, she said, I acted out of caution after a disagreement by seeking a protective order in case things escalated, but things did not escalate.
So it sounds like her picker is off.
Or she could be threatened. I mean, we don't know what's going on here.
We don't know.
We were able to work through the situation privately as a family by not including by going to counseling. Here's some more stuff. Y'all ready for the new stuff?
Oh, there's new?
Here's some new stuff that's come to light. On December
There's more.
1st, 2022, Garcia was pulled over by Tennessee Highway Patrol for speeding, driving 75 in a 65. I thought the threshold was like 9 to 10. You can kind of get away with it.
That's.
I always set it at 9. Yes,
you're
I'm
just playing it safe. You're playing it safe, which is good. Yeah.
You arrest me?
No.
Officers found. Okay, listen to this. Driving 75 in a 65 zone near Cookeville, Tennessee, officers found 8 other individuals in the vehicle with no luggage, which raised suspicions of human trafficking.
How big a vehicle is this?
Well, not to fill the stereotype, but you can fit a bunch of Hispanics in one vehicle, apparently.
What are you saying?
What did I say?
What?
Travis. Did you fart?
No tengo se pluma.
Okay, before I go on. Mark?
Yeah. No, God, no.
I got to check. I worry about you.
Keep checking in.
According to DHS, all passengers gave the same home address as Garcia's home address. The department claimed during the interview, Garcia pretended to speak less English than he was capable of and attempted to put the encountering officer off track by responding to questions with questions. No tengo ese pluma.
No habla inglés.
You know, I've had that happen to me before.
What do you mean?
I was in California's Disney, and I was talk about a logistics. Everybody had to go to like this train to go back to the parking lot, right? And it's just a mass of people.
Oh,
And
God.
people are just being awful and rude and stepping over each other. And I see this lady. She's got a stroller, obviously with their kid stuff in it. No, people are just stomping over her. And I see this family right there, and this boy, and they're just like running roughshod over her. And so I come up next to the lady, and I'm going to speak to the family, and the little boy's right there, and I said, "Hey, is that your parents?" No speak English. After I just heard him talking about Iron Man, and so I looked at his dad, and I'm like, well, I said something back to the kid.
Like what?
I was like, you know exactly what the fuck I'm saying to you.
Whoa, hey.
Probably shouldn't have done that. I know.
How old a kid was this?
But it's like he was already trained to talk like that.
Yeah.
Or something. So I tried to tell the dad. I bypassed the mom, go to the dad. I said, hey, she's trying to get on. And he's, no.
Blew you off.
All right.
Were you getting
So one of the people I was with was like, Travis, what are you doing? I was like, I'm not dealing with this cockroach mentality bullshit. So no, I'm getting a little. So once they opened the ropes, I just went and I blocked everybody off and just held the door, and everybody's booing, boo over there, and I'm like pointing to her, and I'm like, come on, and I just told her to come on, and she gets on the back of it. I'm like, I'm just trying to let her on, and I said, I told the dad he should be ashamed of himself teaching his kids to walk over a lady right here with a stroller. She's got all this stuff on her. She's alone. So, she got on there and I heard her mouth, thank you to me. She was grateful. Another Hispanic lady. And then I just go right back into the rope. I said there, and I was saying some other stuff to the dad.
So you were because you were a little
But
frustrated.
yeah, I don't like that.
No, that's horrible.
Now all of a sudden you don't understand. You know exactly what the hell's going on. Just like he did. Arbio Garcia told police they had been working on a construction job in Missouri and that the owner of the vehicle was his boss. The vehicle was registered to Jose Ramon Hernandez Reyes. Okay.
Wow, okay.
The Department of Justice has been investigating this traffic stop. Sources told ABC News that federal agents questioned Hernandez Reyes, who allegedly told him that he'd hired Garcia several times to transport undocumented migrants from Texas to other locations in the U.S. DHS described Garcia as a suspected human trafficker based on this incident, stating the facts reveal he was pulled over with 8 individuals in a car on an admitted 3-day journey from Texas to Maryland with no luggage. The facts speak for themselves. They reek of human trafficking. Anyway, Garcia, like many of these human traffickers, they were not arrested or charged with any crime. He was merely given a warning citation for driving with an expired license. America is such an oppressive country. God, man. Can you believe it?
Yes, I can.
He got a citation?
Oh,
my
the
goodness
humanity.
gracious.
The humanity.
Disgusting level stuff.
Just horrible. It's heartbreaking, Travis.
Depression.
Depression. We need to erect a statue.
Anyway, yeah, and apparently there's more stuff that's apparently about to come out about the guy. So, bold strategy, Cotton. Keep going. Keep doing it. Keep doing it. Let's see how it worked out for you. It's easier. Matt Walsh said this pretty good. It's easier to idolize someone that's already dead.
Yeah.
Because when they're alive, more stuff tends to come out. They picked an alive guy, and we're gonna get more stuff. Bold strategies, Cotton. Let's see if it pays off for him, bro. Anyway, pretty interesting stuff. Now, I did want to jump over to some art. Sophistication.
So we went from that to being sophisticated.
Yes.
Hmm.
Yes, Marcus. There have been statues being erected in some.
Careful how you use the word erected, buddy, because we get strikes.
Will we really get a strike for that?
Depending on the level of sophistication in which you use the term.
Okay. Well, this level of sophistication requires an astute level of comprehension that you would not understand. Okay, Marcus? Do you follow what I'm saying to you, Marcus?
Jesus, you're going to do it, aren't you?
Do you understand? Behold! The Black Beauty, bronze statue, 12 foot of American greatness. God almighty! I think this requires a review from Dolly Tom. Oh, Mark and Travis, thank you for inviting me in.
Tolly, you know what?
Marcus,
We're
shut
so glad
up.
you're here.
Just shut up. You do not understand the level of sophistication required to assess this artistic formation.
Oh, God.
Behold, Black Jemima erected on the New York Times Square floor. 12 feet of black bald beauty. Partial bald spot and all. Floppy titties. Cattywampus lumpus. We have an equivalent, equating nature of artistic sophistication. Oh, Marcus.
Now, if Mr. Toth,
This is a sight to behold.
if you had to rate the George Floyd bronzes done versus the bronze that was just erected at Times Square in New York City of this.
Oh, nobody beats the level of Alfred Kinsey at the University of Indiana. Look at this bold beauty.
What do you appreciate about that? Because I'm
Personally,
struggling.
I feel this gives a very, very astute signal to the white people in New York City that cross paths with this Black Beauty.
Is this
that they will stand no more, Marcus? No more. No more. You must behold this beauty. Now, supposedly, this bronze piece of art will remain in place until June 17, 2 days prior to Juneteenth. Why they would not keep it through the special celebration is beyond compare.
What do you think? There's some racism involved with that?
There's always racism at the root of it, Marcus. And if
Okay.
you don't understand, you just don't have the level of sophistication required.
Yeah, maybe that's what it is. I was thinking maybe.
Stare at it, Marcus.
Well, I am. There seems to be an
Stare at the
attitude
beauty.
in
Stare at the beauty.
when this was made.
Stare at it.
Is it just me, or is it portraying an attitude? A particular.
I think you're portraying an attitude because you're a racist bigot.
I'm just making an observation here. I'm not trying
God!
to.
Disgust me. Let's go through the article, shall we, Marcus?
Okay. All right.
Okay. Let's get back to
Well,
it now.
okay. One question.
No question.
How would you
shut it?
I'm just thinking of comparative works, say of Michelangelo and the Statue of David, or some of these other classical artists and sculptors, comparatively to what we're looking at there. I'm just, because don't you?
Michelangelo, do you know what you're talking about?
No, I really
You
don't.
sound like this gay frog ranting lunatic Alex Jones.
They tell your kids they got to love Justin Bieber, and then Bieber says, hand in your guns, pass the Cybersecurity Act, and the police state's good, and then your children are turned into mindless vassals who now they look up to some twit instead of looking up to Thomas Jefferson or looking up to Nikola Tesla or looking up to Magellan. I mean, kids, Magellan's a lot cooler than Justin Bieber. He circumnavigated with one ship the entire planet. He was killed by wild natives before they got back to Portugal, and when they got back, there was only like 11 people alive of the 200 and something crew, and the entire ship was rotting down to the waterline. That's destiny. That's will. That's striving. That's being a trailblazer and explorer. Going into space, mathematics, quantum mechanics, the secrets of the universe. It's all there. Life is fiery with its beauty. It's incredible detail. Tuning into it. They want to shut in your mind talking about Justin Bieber.
Oh, goodness gracious. That was disgusting to hear. Do you not understand
stand
the
corrected.
contributions that Justin Bieber has contributed to society?
Apparently I don't, and I apologize. That is pure ignorance on my part. I'm sorry, Mr. Toth. I'm sorry I said anything. I'm out of my
For
league.
goodness sakes, we have singers going into space, Mark.
You're right, and I'm out of my depth here.
You're way out of your depth.
I'm not educated.
I just can't believe it.
That's why I'm glad you're here, and we welcome you here anytime because we come.
Thank you, Marcus.
Yes. Yeah. I'm not sucking up.
All right. Let's say goodbye to Tolly Tarth. That's enough. It's too hot here for this.
It's cooling off though.
You did a really good job turning that down, Mark.
It's technology, bro.
So this is an article by Steve Watson over at Modernity News. While it is not allowed to have statues of Thomas Jefferson or Teddy Roosevelt, among others, in New York City, a 12-foot bronze statue of random fat black woman just standing there is certainly permitted. The new statue in Times Square is named Grounded in the Stars. I wish I would have known that before Tolly Tarth came in here. There's so many jokes. Take it off of that one. Some good material. Why do these people give us such good material? The purpose of it, according to its creator, Thomas J. Price, is to be a stark contrast to two statues in Duffy Square of Fathers Francis Duffy and George McCohen in a way of disrupting traditional ideas of what a triumphant figure is.
That's triumphant. An overweight woman with an attitude problem.
And a woman. In a culture that increasingly encourages a faster pace, Grounded in the Stars is an introspective mediation on humanity. I should have kept Tolly Tarth in here.
Well, I think
an introspective mediation on humanity. Oh,
I'm sorry. I think I ran him off, Travis. I was just asking a question.
So good. The artist's website states, claiming the statue should instigate meaningful connections and bind into an emotional state that allow for deeper reflection around the human condition and greater cultural diversity.
Diversity. There's
when I showed that on screen, is that what y'all started feeling? Binding into emotional state for deeper connection. Wow.
No, I thought cultural rot is what came to my mind. Literal cultural rot. Human debris.
This is a good part of the article. The Roosevelt and Jefferson statues were removed last year. After all, what did they ever do in contrast with this overweight fictional woman whose nipples are showing through her baggy t-shirt? Let's see.
They could have gone full National Geographic if they wanted to.
Here, apparently these are popping up. 13-foot bronze statue of a black woman on her phone built in Italy. Let's take a look at this one.
No, you got to be kidding me. This has got to be a joke.
Here you go.
Is this real? Is this real?
This is for real. Look at that peak performance art, and then you got that impressive statue in the background carved out of marble. Yes, kiddies, take a picture with the bronze random black woman statue
with a cell phone.
With the cell phone. With this,
we are just pathetic.
Oh man. The triumphs of the West, Marcus.
That's another one.
Rotterdam as well. Already there for a few years. An uninteresting looking girl in sweatpants. Let's take a look, shall we?
God, they're calling this art. It's just so gross.
What is going on? Are those Nikes? Did Nike allow for that branding?
Travis, does this happen by accident?
No, it doesn't.
What do you mean?
You know it doesn't. Now, it's all circumstantial because if people like you
What do you mean by
weren't
that?
out there, bigot racist like yourself, then we wouldn't need these random 13-foot black woman statues to remind us how oppressive you are. So there you go. Where's this one?
Oh, Jesus. We're so lost.
Oh, these are all by the same artist. I got to look into this guy.
What's his name? That's another one. Where's that
I
at?
think this looks like, I think that's San Francisco. Is that Golden Gate?
No. Is that, wait a second. No, is it? No.
I think it is. That almost looks like.
What is?
Oh yeah, that's an American flag. Yeah, that's
okay,
that's San Francisco. Bro.
Okay, what is with the hands? The is it just me, or is there an attitude that is purposely being? Is it just me?
Do you feel like you can...
No, that dude, that is freaking awesome. Where is that at?
They should just make these the common.
Dude, where is?
I think
okay, that's AI.
That's definitely
yeah, it's AI. But oh my god, that is awesome. Yep. Tolerating this isn't helping, by the way. And if this, I mean,
you got taking down historical figures and the founding of our country. Oh, this one's in London. Check out this one. This is by the same fella. Same fella.
Is that a guy or a what is that?
How dare you assume gender, Marcus?
It's just so gross, dude. It is so gross.
I don't think I can.
It's so disgusting. It's vile.
They all got the hands on the hips.
Yeah,
right.
there's
a symbolicness to it.
Like, dare me or so. I don't know. Now what is that?
Statue. Let me see.
Oh, gee, mini Christmas.
Let's find this one. I'm actually, guys, y'all see me find more of this as we go. This was last year. This was last year. A statue of a fat black woman, which pays homage to young metropolitan women of color, will feature in London. This is the new statue that will be displayed. And it's not erected yet. It'll be up in 2026.
That one is going to be.
Here's the rendition.
Okay.
Hang on, folks. Bear with me.
I have so many questions. Don't you erect statues to people that are like at the peak of representing you?
Dude, I can't get over this, bro. I can't get over this.
I can get to me, I think it's just,
oh man, it's just a
they're not that's not made up. That is what's going on.
No, that's
what
true.
All right,
it's I don't know how to pronounce that, but it's one of UK's most important platforms for contemporary art. Tolly Tarth,
oh my god,
is going to do a full show taking you through that square.
I think that would be helpful because I'm missing something.
I think folks need to hear this one out.
I think so.
What you think, Mark?
Oh, I couldn't agree more because I'm missing something, Travis, because I'm not seeing anything great. I'm not seeing anything redeemable. I'm not seeing anything inspiring.
It's just all such a constant running joke, isn't it?
But it's not a joke.
No, it's really not.
It's extremely damaging. It's disgusting. And Travis, it makes an impact. This is not laughed off by most people. Unfortunately, a lot of people. I'm not going to say most.
It's taken seriously. Let's jump over. Let's check in on Europe.
Okay.
How do we think Europe's doing? They are the land of cultural enrichment right now.
How would Tolly say that?
The land of cultural enlightenment, not enrichment. Don't be a bigot.
Oh, good God, here we go.
Here's the latest from Brussels. Whee! What is the what's the saying? Import the third world, become the third world.
No, it's import the third world shithole, become a third world shithole. That's the saying.
Correct, Marcus.
That is
very racist, but yes, we'll take it.
Why is that racist? I don't understand why that's racist.
Why are you gay?
Why are you gay?
I was curious about this because I've seen some. Well, the way the news was covering it, these are apparently racist in nature. So I automatically think, oh, okay, white people are more than likely the ones getting assaulted here, but they're being blamed.
More than likely?
More than, yeah, probably about
a 98%.
99.99999% chance.
I was being generous.
That ain't what's happening. So bear the skew in this report, ladies and gentlemen. Brussels has recently experienced a series of violent riots with multiple incidents erupting across the city. The unrest was triggered, listen to this, by a combination of football-related violence, soccer-related violence, and political demonstrations, resulting in significant property damage, injuries, and strong response from authorities. The most significant outbreak occurred on Sunday, May 4th, following the Belgian Cup final. People go nuts over soccer international.
You mean kickball?
Absolutely, yeah. Pussyfooting, I call it. Pussyfooting.
I guess sneeze.
Following the
Whoa! Excuse me.
God bless you.
Pardon me. Thank you. I'll take it. If you're gonna have God bless me, I'm. Oh God!
I thought it would help. I'm always looking out for you, buddy.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Tensions flared as Club Brugge supporters wearing black hoodies rampaged through neighborhood and an area known for its large migrant and predominantly Muslim population. These hooligans smashed shop windows, assaulted residents, and vandalized property. Actions widely condemned by public officials and football authority. What's not being... I remember seeing there was reports you had to translate the articles. People were getting stabbed.
Mm-hmm.
Brussels Mayor Philip Close attributed the violence to racist hatred directed at the city's multicultural character, stating they hate Brussels because it's a multicultural. You can't make this up. You can't make this up. The violence continued into the night with further clashes between Brussels youths and Brugge supporters, resulting in 63 arrests, 80 injuries, 9 of which required hospitalizations. Videos circulated on social media showing the chaos, basically. Same thing we saw during the Summer of Love here in America. Shops being destroyed, fires, explosions. The situation escalated further on Monday night as revenge attacks by Brussels youths targeted Brugge supporters and police. Calls for violence had circulated on social media, leading to confrontations during a pro-Palestinian protest outside of... This is Brussels. I had no idea this shit was going on in Brussels.
Europe has fallen.
Approximately 500 people participated in the rally, and a subset of youth engaged in a cat and mouse game with police who responded with tear gas to disperse the crowds. So apparently during May Day, that was May 1st, over 15,000 demonstrators rallied against what they described as the rise of fascism and capitalist oppression. Where have we heard that? Man, how is it that all these similar sayings and tactics just happens to be a total Western phenomenon across every Western country?
Because the West has to be destroyed. It has to be dismantled. It has to be...
It's got to be a third world country.
You got to turn it into a third world. And this all goes back to...
Got to turn it into a poop hole.
And the first thing they had to do was turn all of the Middle East into a complete war zone to create all these migrants to want to get out. This was all planned. The invasion of Iraq, the invasion of...
the interventions in the Middle East
is what
spurred
created
a lot of the migration.
And the Arab
and the
Spring.
laws that were passed it with refugee laws and asylum and all this other kind of stuff.
All on
and
purpose. All on purpose.
Now we're seeing it.
All on purpose. Yes. George Bush and all those, they were all in on it.
Multiple reasons for doing what they do. But the most important one is always to change what's happening internally in the country. Not who they're attacking, it's to change what's going on internally. Never, ever forget that. Yeah, so anyway, that's some of the detail on Brussels. I also found, my wife's been talking about Paris, and I want, baby, this one's for you because it's such a romantic city.
The City of Lights.
The City of Lights.
Do you have any French music, background music? You don't. Do you?
I probably don't.
That's all right. That's okay, bro. It's okay.
Beautiful, man. Oh my God, lovely, lovely stuff. Just wow. Paris, guys. This is Paris. Wow. Yeah, so as far as traveling internationally, it's probably not going to happen anytime soon. Here's some of the other details that I just pulled up. Belgium, which apparently has a huge migrant population.
Oh, tons of Muslims have destroyed Belgium.
It's so bad that some of the medical facilities there are completely overrun, and they do not prioritize some of the use there if they get swept up in the system. Case in point, there was a young girl who had been placed in a hospital by order of a juvenile court due to the complete lack of available places in Belgium's youth care network. Court documents revealed that the child could not return to her family due to her difficult home environment and suicidal tendencies, making appropriate specialized care essential for her well-being. The decision to place her in the hospital was taken due to a lack of available places in the youth care network and pending a more permanent placement solution. Explained Brussels Public Prosecutor's Office. By the time of the incident, the girl had already been housed in the hospital ward for more than a month. By the way, from what I understand from the media over there is that hospitals are very public. It's very open door. People come in and out all the time. So as far as security access, it's about as sophisticated as security access that Mark runs over here. So,
what?
I'm just kidding.
Oh my God.
The hospital where the girl was placed was described by authorities as totally inadequate for her needs and like an essential supervision required for a vulnerable child in her situation. The prosecutor's office emphasized the hospital service was completely unsuitable for her difficulties and devoid of the essential framework needed to properly address most of her basic needs. So unlike specialized youth facilities, the hospital did not have protocols to restrict patients' movements. In the hospital, she is not locked up. If there is momentarily no attention or guidance, she could just walk outside. On May 2nd, the Brussels prosecutor's office was contacted by local police following the rape of an 11-year-old girl. The assault did not occur within the hospital itself, but rather while the child was outside of the hospital premises. According to French language Belgian media, the girl had escaped the supervision of the personnel prior to the assault occurring. And based on the available search result, this is a common thing, by the way. Sweden's the best example. They will not describe the assailant. They just refuse to do it.
They won't do it here in America.
They won't do it here. We see a lot of this. Based on the available search results, there is no specific information about the assailant who committed the rape. So
one of the things
they have completely just now. Here's the other thing, real quick. Anyway, go ahead.
No, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to disrupt your, but along that thought line, we know for a fact, these are the stories that are in the media. 99.999% of these rapes of children and violence and murder go completely unreported. It is a huge misconception for those of us here and anywhere else in the West that if you believe that all of these incidents get reported and we know,
Oh yeah, you want it.
I cannot impress this upon you enough. If you talk to people that live in, say, London or in Brussels or some of these other countries that have been invaded, the amount of reporting that's being done on the violence, the destruction, it is less than 1% of how bad it actually is.
Oh yeah, it's always worse. It's always worse. Anyway, let's shift gears here. So that was checking in on Europe. Looking pretty good over there. Looking eerily similar eventually to man, I'm not gonna lie though. They definitely, after the Middle East, they just dumped everybody in Europe.
Oh yeah.
They dumped
all
that shit in Europe.
Absolutely.
And those nationals places like Paris, man, I remember a long time ago. I may have to pull that up. There was like a tent city controversy going on because people were in the street. It looked like a third world country in Paris.
Oh, it is a third world country now.
Yeah. So not going there, baby. Okay, let's shift over to Shiloh Hendricks.
Hey,
she's been all over the news saying that N-word.
What do you mean?
She's been saying that N-word.
November.
Let's Shiloh. Ninja.
What's going on in Thanksgiving? November.
Novella. Nutella.
Yeah, Nutella. Lots of N-words. What?
Oh, I will. Let's go through the story.
Okay.
Shiloh Hendrick, a Minnesota mother, became the center of national controversy after a video surfaced showing her repeatedly using a racial slur against a young black child, reportedly around 5 years old.
Have you seen the pictures of this young black child?
This kid is not 5 years old.
If he's 5, I'm 19.
This, of course, happened in Rochester, Minnesota. The incident occurred on April 30th. In the video, Hendricks, holding her own young son, accused the child of taking something from her toddler's diaper bag and then directed a slur at both the child and the bystander who confronted her. The video quickly went viral, sparking outrage and calls for accountability from civil rights organizations, including the Rochester branch of the NAACP.
What?
Yes, sir.
Imagine that.
There is a significant debate on whether Hendricks' actions constitute prosecutable offense. Okay, listen. All right, I get it. N-word's bad. But is it prosecutable offense? Is it worse than someone getting shanked? I mean, this is look, I get it. It's a bad word, but acting like it's a justification to absolutely lose your mind. And people on social media, I know we're running out of time, but I'll have to show this next week. Talking about punching her baby and killing her. Her information was doxed. Her address was released. People were calling.
She was legitimately threatened.
She was legitimately targeted, and I get it. She used the N-word.
And by the way, the people that are threatening her have proven time and time again that not only are they capable, but they are willing. They'll do it.
They will do.
They will kill you for being white.
Let's see here. So there's community petitions and advocates, including assaults against a minor, hate crime, hate speech, and child endangerment. Yeah, people were calling for her child to be removed. As of now, the city's attorney's office is reviewing the case, but no formal charges have been announced. So she started a fundraiser on Give Some Guns. She has surpassed $750,000.
Good for her. Good for her.
Cancel culture.
Thank God.
Took a bit of a hit after that one, Brad.
Thank God.
So anyway, it's going around on social media. It was a big story. I tend to not really care about the outrage mob's next thing or this or that. And there's funds being raised for that kid that killed the high school student.
Yeah.
But apparently that was justified because he said, "Get out of my seat," or got into a space. The justification for killing people is getting smaller and smaller and smaller if you're part of a certain community, if you catch my drift.
Whatever you're talking about.
I'm talking about you, bigots. So Here's an interesting part of the story that I wanted to hone in on. The guy that recorded the video.
Yes,
his name was Sharmaki Omar.
Yeah, he's Somali.
Why does Minnesota have so many Somalis, bro?
Because they purposely invaded that state to change it into elect people.
Let's look at this.
Ilhan Omar.
The recent spotlight on Omar has prompted interest in his background, particularly regarding his past legal issues. This report examines the documented criminal allegations against Omar and their subsequent legal outcomes. Shamarki Bail Omar was previously charged with serious criminal sexual conduct allegations in Rochester, Minnesota. The case, which gained renewed attention following Omar's involvement in recording the viral video. In 2022, Omar faced criminal charges alongside another individual, Mohammed Hussein Omer, related to the alleged sexual assault of a minor. Both men were charged with identical counts of third-degree criminal sexual assault and fifth-degree criminal sexual conduct. The allegations stem from an incident dated in January of 2022. The case involved accusations from a 16-year-old girl had reportedly run away from foster care. God. Anyway, according to court records, the girl alleges she was sexually assaulted by multiple men after being offered shelter in the Rochester area. The criminal sexual conduct case against Omar was dismissed. Court documents specifically state the case was dismissed in the interest of justice.
And yet, here's this animal.
I wonder if there's any Somalians in the running the court system out there in Rochester.
You wonder?
Anyway,
then that animal is in a park filming children.
Ask yourself, the guy that recorded it, we're all screwed about this, but there's a dude videotaping shit on a playground, and he was previously, charged with sexual assault.
Anybody that's upset with Shiloh for using a word that some people don't like, I'm telling you right now, those people that are upset are the problem in this country. And that's not just all colors are upset by that. And anyone who is upset by that woman who is simply defending their child, she's by herself. I'm sorry, folks. I'm sorry.
So I thought that was pretty interesting. Anyway, I'm sure the mother is relocating. Everybody's freaking out. Cats and dogs are falling out of the sky. It's just
our pets' heads are falling off.
Pets' heads are falling off. There's lightning bolts of thunder and lightning bolts of thunder.
And that's just what's going on in my butthole right now.
Oh, Mark.
What? Was that much?
All right. See. Okay.
You said lightning bolts and thunder.
I'm not out of your butthole, dude.
Well,
see, this is what I'm talking about, folks.
This is what we put up with. This is the stuff that goes on.
So I was interested because Matt Walsh did a segment on this stuff.
He nailed it, dude.
And I didn't know there was I guess it explains Ilhan Omar. Oh, God, like this. Anyway, so Somali is a third. This is what got my interest because he talked about how Rochester dedicated a whole week to Somalian Independence Day, which I don't know what exactly has been accomplished in Somalia from their Independence Day and the fact that they're in Minnesota of all places. But
by the way, that's where Black Hawk Down. For people that don't know the geography, watch the movie Black Hawk Down, and then you'll know the level of whatever you want to call it, what we're dealing with here. Go ahead, Travis. I'm sorry.
No, you're good. But apparently Somalia is just absolutely
you wouldn't
infamous for just
piracy,
scam after scam after scam. Let's listen to some of this. One of the most significant criminal cases involving members of Minnesota's Somali community in recent years was the massive Feeding Our Future fraud scheme, which prosecutors described as the largest pandemic relief fraud case in the United States. The scheme allegedly defrauded the federal government of more than $250 million meant to feed unprivileged children during the COVID-19 pandemic. Here's another one. A particularly notable development in the case occurred during the trial of defendant Saeed Farah. According to federal authorities, a woman named Fartun Adid was arrested in March 24 after allegedly agreeing to deliver a $120,000 bribe to a juror in Farah's trial, but keeping $80,000 of the money of yourself. Okay, let me correct this because this is wrong. It was $200,000. Okay, let me get through this. It was $200,000. The courier kept $80,000, who was a Somali, with a handwritten letter to a juror to bribe that juror, stating in the letter the whole purpose of this bag and this money from the courier was. So even the courier, who was Somalian, took some of the money. The criminal complaint reveals that Adida was caught on FBI surveillance footage receiving the cash and was arrested with the money still in her possession. The bribery scheme was reportedly orchestrated by Saeed Farah's wife, who allegedly approached Adid to deliver the bribe to secure a not guilty verdict for her husband. The FBI was tipped off about the bribery attempt and monitored the exchange. This attempted jury tampering represented a serious effort to subvert this justice system, one of the most significant fraud cases in Minnesota's recent history. The underlying funeral future fraud case involves numerous defendants, many from the Somali community. Prosecutors allege that the defendants created shell companies to falsely claim they were feeding tens of thousands of children daily, submitting fake attendance rosters with fabricated children's names and fraudulent invoices. The scheme operated through Feeding Our Future, and the rest is history. There's also another significant area of criminal activity tied to terrorism. The FBI has investigated numerous cases of young Somali men being recruited to join terrorist organizations overseas, particularly Al-Shabaab in Somalia, and more recently, ISIS in Syria and Iraq. Between 2007 and 2017, more than 20 young men from Minnesota's Somali community left the state to join these groups, while roughly a dozen others attempted to travel to Syria to join ISIS between 2014 and 15. In 2016, 9 young Somali American men were sentenced in what was described as the largest terrorist recruitment trial in U.S. history. 3 received prison sentences of 30 years or more after being convicted of trying to join ISIS. There was also the daycare fraud. In 2019, Minnesota authorities investigated what they termed as a massive daycare fraud involving millions of dollars being sent overseas, particularly to Somalia and other East African countries. The investigations centered on child care centers that allegedly overbilled the state's child care assistance program, with estimates suggesting tens of millions of dollars in the fraudulent payments. There was also state and federal investigators prosecuted cases involving fraudulent Medicaid billing through transportation and home health care services. In some cases, companies billing for services never provided were sending millions of dollars to Somalia. One operation in 2018 resulted in charges against 21 people involved in a scheme that allegedly defrauded Medicaid of more than $5 million. Let's go down here. It's important to note that, let's see here. The entire Somali community represents between 80 and 100,000. Go ahead and times 3.
Yeah, please.
Yeah.
Good. Excellent point, Travis. Excellent point.
By
the way, these are the same people. The movie Captain Phillips. Yeah, that's true story. That's Somali pirates. We're dealing with. I'm going to shut up now.
Well, anyway, it's racist for me to talk about it, so I guess I just stop, because when you're going and critiquing some of these third world populations in Minnesota, that's pretty wild stuff.
They've destroyed it, and it's Minnesota is a beautiful state, and I'm telling you, I've been there a lot, and that's where the Mall of America. These animals. They've basically shut down the Mall of America. The Mall of America was an amazing place. It was the largest mall in the world, and all. It's unbelievable, and people just sit back and think, "Oh well, it's no big deal. We can't be racist."
Yeah, I mean, I think most people. I mean, it's kind of evidenced by what happened with Shiloh and her fundraising kit. People don't care anymore.
dude, I'm over it.
Like, look, you just call a spade, and oh my
What?
God.
What did you, Travis? What you doing now? What was that?
See, I can't even.
You just.
I even know automatically how
That's
because
you're white.
It's
because you're a white man.
I'm half Hispanic. All right.
What?
Yes.
Well, you don't. You're very white.
So one half of me is just God. It's just awful. Let me try to get out.
One half of you eats Vienna sausages. The other half eats chimichangas.
So awful.
Oh God.
Oh man.
Oh God.
You're awful, Mark.
But the Hispanic thing doesn't count, Travis, because Hispanic is from Spain, which is Europe, Western Europe. So you don't pull your Hispanic card on me because
I
that's
don't.
Like, Travis.
Everybody's mixed with some other like.
What? What are you saying, Travis?
That we're all mutts. We're all mutts.
Okay. Okay. Maybe. I don't know.
Chocolates. Go through your lineage. You never know what you're gonna get. Okay.
Okay.
Folks, I just realized we're 1 minute past the 1 o'clock mark. Thank you for tuning in to the Defiance Daily Show. Hope you had fun with us today. Don't forget to check out defiancepress.com. Go to Get Published if you have a manuscript and you're interested in the submission. Check out our books on the website as well. Avoid our merchandise link for now.
Being greatly updated. Thank you, Daniel Miller. We've got some great stuff coming.
We're radically rehauling our merchandise.
Yes.
So go ahead. Nothing can be ordered there, even if you think you can, but defiancepress.com. That is defiancepress.com. Do not forget to check it out. Appreciate everybody joining us. Next week, tune in. We'll go over the situation over there with Ryan Hinton and his father, Rodney Hinton. That was the case where an 18-year-old was shot by the police, and the father went and randomly ran over some deputy that had nothing to do with it, that was coordinating traffic. So the justifications for all this craziness is still alive and well, and it's not good. It could you could definitely see different ways this could escalate into different things, but honestly, it's just a bunch of the same madness. So tune in next week for that special. We'll be sure to cover that. And again, I want to emphasize none of this is possible without the myth, the man, the legend. That is David Thomas Roberts. That's my pop. That's my mom next to him, Rose Roberts. Miss you, Pops. Appreciate everything you do. None of this would be possible without him, his vision, and the groundwork he laid to get us to this point. So thanks again for everybody supporting us. It means a lot.
Yes.
And it's a hell of a way to continue honoring my pops. And he'd be having fun, no doubt about it, man. Yep. No doubt about it. So, Mark, do you have any final thoughts?
Travis, you really, I think you handled this, especially these last stories, extremely well. Thank you for your insight and your input. Thank you for keeping me a little bit in line and, not letting me get too.
You're a good boy, Mark.
Thank you, Travis. I appreciate that.
Really,
if I said you had a beautiful body, would you hold it against me?
Stop. Folks, this is, I do appreciate you too, Mark. When you were gone, I was telling the audience a lot about you, man.
Were you? Thank you.
Yeah,
I really appreciate that,
I'm
man.
excited for you to go back and watch this, and we'll get some clips out of this. But this is the Defiance Daily Show. Thank you for tuning in.
Thank you, guys.
Tune in next Friday. Again, we'll go over some of the latest news and stories that are going viral. And really appreciate you tuning in. We had a big old audience today. Thank you so much.
Thank you all. We really
stay reliable, stay safe, and we'll see you next week.
God bless y'all.
God bless everybody. Have a good one.